Hey, hello people. I'm back again. I thought I would do a quick tutorial on some of the FTB Quest stuff I've learned, just to recap it for myself, document it. Plus, I wanted to do some of the tutorial uh, quests that I had mentioned in previous videos. So let's get started. First, I'm going into the FTB Quest window. I have mine set up as P. You can set the key in your key configuration and your options to get to this. Now, when you get in here, originally it's going to start out as not editing, and it will be as if you were playing it. Um, and you can turn the edit mode on. Of course, you need OP, creative, all that to be able to do that, but that's for a different video. So what we're going to do, as you can see, our main quest line has grown a bit. I've expanded out the village area and uh, mine colonies all the way up to advanced to town, so that's coming along nicely. But I thought I would do some tutorials. So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to add a new chapter group, and we're going to say tutorial. I'm a terrible speller. Quests. And we're going to do accept, and as you can see now, we have a new chapter group. So we're going to drop that, or collapse that, or close that, I should say. Now tutorial. That's totally spelled wrong, so that's okay. We can do an edit, because tutorial, there we go. As I said, I am an absolute terrible speller. And I'm going to go add a chapter, and let's do a build a bow. Instead of build a bear. I don't know if anyone caught that. Bad dad humor. So now we're on build a bow, and the first thing we need, well, one of the first things we're going to need is we're going to need to get sticks. And I believe it's 2. So we're going to say, oops, edit 2. Now you can leave icon and title, which will kind of default to relative to the item you pick. Consume item, this means when you submit check the quest or submit the quest for completion, will these items be taken out of your inventory and destroyed, or will you get to keep them? I am changing that to false. You can set that up as a default. I don't remember how I have it set up, but I change it back and forth enough between items that I just generally explicitly set it. Same thing with only detect from crafting. I don't care if they pick a stick up. I'll let it apply. Otherwise, if I want them to craft it, like I would maybe, if I wanted to make a more advanced thing, like a furnace or a bed or something, and I don't want them to just pick one up, I would set that to true, so it would only detect it if they actually crafted it. And there's a task screen. This has to do with some more advanced features with FTB, and I don't really haven't gotten into that, but I will definitely do a video on that later. Disable completion toast, that hides a little pop-up over here, but I'm going to leave that because I like lots of notices and activity in my game, feedback. I enjoy feedback in my games. So there's my sticks, and then we obviously need string, but let's not just say any string. Let's say we're expecting you to kill a spider. So We'll not do cave spider, we'll say spider, and you have to kill 2 spiders. Let's see his entity name, and boom. Now see, the names and the icons are relative to the things that we're doing. Then let's say we then are going to need string. And again, or rather not again, but the you don't really need a quest to build a bow, but this is a way to kind of show the players how to do something, and also rewards them beyond doing it, step by step, some kind of impetus or drive to push them to do that. So let's see. Then we're going to need arrows. So let's say you also need to find, you have to observe. Okay, here's a good trick. So we're going to say you have to observe slate, or not slate, gravel. So we're going to want to set, now this is a way, you could leave it once you set it here, but this is the way to find that name. You go up to your icon and you go gravel, and you click on it here, and then you click on the image, and now you got the name. And unfortunately you can't copy it with your mouse, but kind of keypad you can do. Accept, Control C, copy that, accept that. Now your icon's set. Now you go down to observe, and you can do the Control or Shift Home V, and now the timer. I played around with timers before. The timers I play with count down. I'm not sure if this goes up or down, but I don't think I'm going to play with that right now. But I will offline and do another video and make sure to include that. So we click that. Now we have to observe that. Now obviously we would want to break that. So now we can do the same thing, just paste it, accept. Oop. And now we have how much gravel? Let's say we want them to 10, at least 10. And there's that, and then we would expect them to then get what? Flint, right? Flint, accept. Alright, so there's that. Let's do this. Let's move this over here. You can do a right click. Sorry, you can control and click it, and that'll highlight it and make it active, and do right click move. Or you can just do middle mouse button and then move it. So we're going to select, holding control button down, left mouse button, do a right click, move, and align that. And I'm getting some ideas of what I'm going to do here, but so we got that. Now obviously these are related, right? So we're going to click this and make this one active. And then we're going to do a right click, and we're going to say add as dependency to the selected. So first you got to observe it before you can break it. And then you have to, now this still should be active, but we're going to click it once, deactivate it, click it again, reactivate it, just to make sure. You can also do Control Shift Delete to deactivate all of them. Control Shift A to select all of them. Now I suggest you do Control Shift Delete frequently because I've messed things up having things selected without being aware of it. So now I'm again making this active, and I'm saying add the dependence selected as dependency. So now I have my chain there. And I'm going to do the same here for this. And you can see how the arrows are pointing down. That shows you which way the dependencies are. If it's lit up as opposed to that, this chain has something that's been selected. So now we have sticks. You know, we're going to increase the sticks, and what we're also going to do is going to move this down, because I think we should observe. Oh, now here's a challenge. Here we go. We're going to say, well, instead of observe, we're going to do something. We're going to make it a little easier on this. What we're going to say is we're going to say item. And let's do some common wood. So we're going to say oak. And we'll do oak log. And item oak planks, and item birch, and item birch wood. What else? Spruce, I suppose. You know, when you're making these quests, you got to make it so that they're achievable. Let's see here. Item spruce. Sure. Item. No, I think that's, yeah. Spruce. And we'll do one more for the outlier. Excuse my clearing my throat. It's change of season where I'm at. Item dark oak. There we go. Now I'm going to show you a way to do the optional quests, or the not necessarily optional, but so we don't need to find all of these, right? We only need to find one of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a check mark, and we're going to say find wood, or let's say wood found, except edit. I think one of each of these should give you enough wood. So then we're going to say no. Go this way. There we go. Add. So now each one of these is dependent. Each one of these is dependent on getting this. And then we can say this is then dependent on this, and this. However, we do not want the player to have to get all of these, which it would have to right now. So we are going to deselect, because you cannot do edit on a selected item. And we're going to go up and say dependencies requirement. Now we don't need them all completed. We need one completed. Now only one of those will have to be completed. So now one of these, this, or this will have to be completed to complete the wood found. And then once you get the wood found, you can then, oh, now see, I got it in reverse. Now what you can do is you just go remove, and once you find your wood, you can make your stick. Now, if we wanted to, we could include crafting table in here, but we're going to just keep this very specific to the components needed to craft the bow. So there's our wood, our string, our flint. So we've got, oh, and what are we missing? We are missing chickens. So boy, now that one, do we want to start at the seed to where you get the chicken, or let's just go with the chicken? So let's go with kill entity, and we'll say 3. Chicken. And then we are going to say feather. You gotta get your feather off your chicken. And I think that's that for the supplies. And we'll set this as, so you got to find the chicken. Now, you know what? Where? Because I am a kind of person. What do we got going? So Control D. Let's clear it. I am the kind of person that must have symmetry if I can achieve it. We are going to add, now see here, you can copy. Now you can paste, and I want to paste it. I don't want to paste quest link because that would actually link that actual quest. I want to paste quest. So it's pasting a copy of the quest, and then I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to say chicken. But I can't because I forgot. You cannot. A mob is not an item, so you can't observe it. I believe that has to do with the, well, you know, let's see if I can. Let's go with a spider. I'll have to test this and let you know. No, that's not it, because see, that's a spider egg. That is not. Oh, interesting. So no, you cannot. We're going to delete that. So moving on. I'm going to delete that. So we have our wood, string, flint, and feathers. And now I think we can make a bow. So let's make a bow. Let's see. I'm sure there is an advancement for crafting a bow. And I have added a couple mods, and I'd like to call a shout out to a couple of them. One of them I still have yet to put the link down, but it shows the advancements in the just enough items mod, which is totally awesome. So what I'm looking for is, I believe it's going to be in the advancements oh plenty mod section. Awesome mod. Let's see if we can find one for crafting a bow, killing anything with a crossbow. Nothing there. Killing a piglin brute. I don't see anything. I'll have to dig through here offline. Oh, what's this? Kill anything. That is a good one to remember. Maybe we'll make that a requirement. You have to kill something with it. So maybe that'll be after you've made your bow, that's part of the quest. So yeah, looking through here, my mod pack is up on online, and I will be putting it on CurseForge soon. So if you're going to use the mod pack or similar, I highly suggest you getting the mod that lets you do this. I think it's just enough advances, as it makes it a lot easier. But alright, so we're going to go back to that real quick, and so nothing gets past my bow. Alright, so we'll cheap out a little bit, but before we forget what that is, we're going to go here. Nothing. So again, we've done a advancement quest. I did that a bit quick, so I went here, I went to advancement, and it brought that up, and now this quest will trigger. These are really triggers, actually. This event will trigger when this occurrence happens, which is you kill something with a bow. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this down here, and we're going to say item. So now the expectation is that they are going to use, let's bring this down here, oops, just because I like things nice and lined up at the same level. We'll bring that here. I actually think I would, getting my fingers mixed up, I would prefer this over here, and you'll see why in a minute. And this over here, oop, I'm missing one. There we go, I missed one. See, that can happen real easy, and it can mess you up if you're moving a whole bunch around, so be careful. And the bow goes here. Item, arrow, and the arrow goes there. Now that is dependent upon these. Let's unselect all that. And then And then of course, oops, we had lost our selection. Nope, I got it in reverse. So we got to go here, remove, add, move. Then we're going to say check mark Boyer. I think it's Boyer. I'm not sure how to spell it. I'm a bad speller. Alright. And there we go. So there is our build a bow and test it quest. Now, let's add something to this. Now, if you left it like this, the quest would just start when the player started collecting any of these, and each one of these would get completed as the player collects them. So if they killed something with a bow, this would get completed. Well, it wouldn't get completed, but the requirement would be completed. So as soon as the quests above it, the requirements for the quests have completed, it would unlock. So you could do these out of order, but as long as you did all of them. So if I went and killed something and then made a bow or got a bow, which would be, this would happen obviously if you did this, but maybe you didn't make the bow. Now there we go. Let's fix that. So let's make sure that okay, Control Shift D. See, you lose what it was. Edit. Nope, sorry, wrong one. Edit. It does not consume it, but they do here. They have to craft it. So they have to craft that bow. And we're going to do the same with the arrow. And we're going to say they have to craft 3. It does not consume it. They do have to craft it. Don't care how they get those, assuming, that's going to come from that drop. And let's say we're going to do the same with these. Oh. Sorry. There we go. Does not consume it. It only now if I'd have been smart, what I could have done is copied that, pasted it, and just changed the item, the task, the item for the task, and it would have saved these things. Again, tips and tricks. Again, I keep doing that. Edit. There we go. Now, something I should be doing, you can also do this. So you do edit. No, if you open the right one, you do edit. Right. So there's that. And then as you can see the screen, this is now above these, and you can switch between them. So you gotta it's weird, you can't move this. What you have to do is pre-position this. So just again, a tip. And again, I did the same thing. I don't like going back and editing because I get myself confused. I don't know why it's not intuitive. So default, false, true. Uh-oh, what did I do there? So I thought accidentally clicked my mouse the wrong way. There we go. And I also found that this thing is very much about you have to explicitly commit your changes. For example, down here, save on server now. You want to do that. You also have a nice little download quest. You can see in the background it's downloaded, so you could save it. So we got a nice little quest going here. These you have to craft. You have to craft that. You have to craft that. Um, these you could just pick up, but the assumption is that you got to kill this. Even if you pick this up, you got to kill this. Now, what you can do is you edit. Now, progression mode. So progression mode is default. So, well, the default. So flexible is like I was saying, where you could just pick it up and you could satisfy the requirements of a quest down, a deeper quest, and it won't unlock until the ones above it will unlock. But you could satisfy the requirements in the opposite order, and it would still apply. Now, what you can do also is make it linear, which now it won't. So, for this quest, you have to kill the spider before you get the string. Because if you get the string before you get the spider, you won't unlock this. So you could have string, kill a spider, you'd have to get more string after you kill the spider. And we're going to do the same thing here. Edit, linear, and now I could set it to default, and I would really love to know if anybody knows how to do this en masse, but I found if you select both of them, you can't edit them. So you can only do one at a time. And as you can see, it's kind of tedious because it's a lot easier just to, you get in the flow of your quest and you're building it out. Same thing with the rewards. Now the rewards are easy to, which by the way, let's do something with the rewards here real quick. We'll make this a real nice little quest to go through. You get a reward for everything you do here. Now, we'll keep it easy. So we're going to do reward to all, or not easy, low level. Let's just do a level 1. Torches, leather boots, stuff like that. Nothing amazing. Might get an iron ingot here or there. Up to 3 levels. That's a nice bonus. Source berry roll. Things like that. Some things that can set you up depending on your situation. Or be completely useless to you. So that should be all of those. And now each one of them has a reward. See, so now, boom. Ain't that nice? Now what we can do is say, the way I tend to do this is kind of like the low level rewards, and as you progress down, you can increase your level of reward depending on how difficult your lower the next steps of the quest are. Let's give these two another level 1. So you get this far. If you make your arrows, you get 2 rewards. And for this, let's clear all this, and let's do, wrong one. Let's add, and we'll do this manually. We'll add another level 1, and we'll give you a level. I'll get a guaranteed level. So that's a nice reward there. And then, now this and this is kind of the same reward, but I like to have this end check reward because it gives you some control points. and you can name it, and so there's reward. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add a level 2, and should I give him a book? A book would be an awful lot for building the bow and killing something. So there you go. So there's a good quest, and kind of hits kind of the key pieces. You have your ore down here in having one completed. Oh, and then you have your linear ones, so that you can only progress step by step. You can see where one can be the dependency for two. Here, let's do another one. We're going to say you have to accept this. Let's see here. Apprentice. If I knew how to spell, that would probably be spelled right. Let's see here. So now this, in order to even start this quest, you have to acknowledge. You have to explicitly start the quest. Now, if the player ends up doing this stuff without selecting the quests, they will not. Now we gotta set it to linear, right? Linear. There we go. And there is nothing. It has no dependencies. So that means that now, see here. Now you have to select this. The player will have to select this in order even to start it. Now doing this lets you do something I think is rather nice, is you can make this timed. So let's say, you wanted to put a time constraint around this quest to put some pressure on the player, right? So they don't just take their time to do all this stuff and pick up all the nice bonuses without having any real pressure, because it's a game and games have to have pressure to kind of make them enjoyable in the urgency. So what we're going to do is we are going to add a timer, and what a timer does is it counts down, and it is in seconds, which is kind of annoying. So you can do game time or system time. I do game time, and 2 million and something, there's a number there. Let me see if I can go get it real quick. Wandering off. I have to figure out. Oh, actually, no, I don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to Hunting Expedition, and $2 million, that number right there. That's 2 million, right? Yes. This is 1 month's worth of seconds. So just because I don't feel like calculating anything else, we're going to go to our build a bow, and we're going to say you have 1 month to build your bow. Now, as you saw, I had another one over here. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's do this. We'll experiment ourselves. Yeah, see, there's our countdown. Because I had it on the system time and I counted down in ticks instead of time. So it's counting down. Now, we don't want that to count down because that automatically fires, right? So what we want to do, there. Now we got to reset it. Whoops. Edit. Linear. Okay. I believe I had to set it to linear and then reset it. So that's that. Maybe I'll cut a little extra of that clipping out. But so check mark and then failed bow maker. Then there we go. Now, so these, if this happens, you don't want to do this, right? Right. So what we're going to say is, first off, unselect everything, edit, incompatible quests, add, let's see, the bow. Was that it? Boyer. Yes. Boyer. Yes. And the Boyer is incompatible with the failed bow maker. So there we have it. Now what we can do, I like to do, is I add image. Let's see if we can find a bow. This is kind of weird what you find here, but there we go. I'll go with that one. There we go. Now we got an image up there. Now, what we can do is say, I'm gonna have to use that. I didn't know about that. Oh wow, look at that. You can jump to a quest. Index. Boy, that's useful. Alright, so we say, I like to do the dot dot, the slash slash again. Don't use too many funky characters in here. It doesn't like it. Ampersands, things like that. Become a Boyer and Archer. Archer Boyer? Boyer Archer? Become a Boyer and Archer? Sure, whatever. Undertake this quest to craft. Learn how to craft. Gather the supplies needed and craft a bow. Not to mention, use it. Use it. But don't dilly in the dally. You only have a month to go once you say go. And there we go. Don't dilly in the dally. Once you say go. Yo ho ho ho. Alright. And that is our quest for the day. Aha, see? And I goofered it up. And that's what you get. So what did I do? Hover text. See that ampersand? I did it without even think about it. Become a, I'm going to say Archer Boyer. Now you can mark and copy, which is cool. Control C, Control X, Control V. Become a Archer Boyer. Yo! There we go. It's all pretty now. Alright. Birch plank, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. And we shut the editing off, and that's what you'll see. And if you had it, maybe the next video I'll run through and do this quest. So that, my friends, you creepy dude, is the end of the video. Bye all.